Hi, my name is Lonnie Broyles. I want to talk to you about acrylics. As you can see here, I've taken a picture that Frank Frazetta painted back in the 1970s. It was a watercolor. I found it on the internet because it's really hard to find his comic books. And I've painted it myself in acrylics, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of explain as far as a PowerPoint on how to take and paint from step one to finish. With how to paint with acrylics. Acrylics, I want to tell you a little bit about them. Acrylics are a water-based paint, which means you can mix with water and you can thin them down, and you can also clean your brush with the water. These pigments are mixed with acrylic resins and emulsions, and acrylics are very fast-drying paint. I'm going to take you and teach you how to use brush strokes as far as using the background. I was taught to paint from light to dark, but after 37 years I kind of went out on my own and started painting from dark to light. I thought it was better for me. I don't think I did so bad, but there's a lot of people that still paint with the old way of painting as far as light to dark. I always like to start with a dark background. I don't always have to start with a dark background, but I think that it just adds more detail. As you can see, it throws Conan into the foreground, whereas I'm going to get the original painting for my PowerPoint. You can see that Frank Frazetta used a light background with his. So I'm going to teach you the brushing. I'll also teach you the shading. As you can see, I started out here with my dark colors as far as a background. In my foreground, I kind of threw a pencil sketch together and kind of give my details. I also got my face in here. I didn't worry too much about the hair. I wanted to mainly get the definition of the body. So when I started shading, I went ahead and started with my real black strong strokes, and then I ended up with these very light strokes that you can see here. Also, as far as detailing, it kind of comes with the practice. I basically, like I said, I like to start with the darker colors and end up with my lighter colors. As you can see here, I started with my darker, brought it in with my lighter, and I think the very most important part is going to be your shading. I think detailing, and last but not least, lighting always comes in last. Like I said, I like to paint from dark to light. As far as you can see the eyes here, I'll show you a real close-up of those. I really put a lot of detail. I try to make my things more realistic. I always say paint what you see. As you can see, these as far as acrylics, you may come up with some really nice experimental colors like I did here with the blue on the belt down here at the bottom. That was a color that just kind of fell into place. And last but not least, I'm going to end by showing you how to light these areas. I feel like myself that lighting brings in more detail than shading does. It gives it a rounder effect, and I think that after I take you from start to finish on this, you can kind of grasp an idea of how to get the basics down. I won't be able to teach you what I know, but the basics will be able to get you started. So that's what my final is going to be about, and I want to show you Frank Frazetta's painting in acrylics.